Yep. Hello, everybody. We are back with more The Between. As you see, we are down a player. Elliot has a personal appointment today, and also Araxi, his character, has been abducted by a demon. As these things go. However, Araxi has also not been turned into a vampire, which is something that probably everybody is very happy about. Yeah. I think that's most of what I have to say for now. We have a few other issues that are currently happening in and around London. There is some kind of plant that is turning people into effectively zombies. There is, well, there's something invading the dreams of our hunters and possibly other people. The most pressing concern was getting Araxi some form of treatment to have her not become a vampire. Anyway, yeah, introductions perhaps. I'm Yanis, he, him, I GM this. Since I started talking about vampires, Lamia.
Hi. Hi, I'm Lamia. My pronouns are they, them. And I am playing Leander, who is, in fact, not a vampire, unfortunately. Um, Gonna go ahead and pass it to Ren.
Yeah, of all of us to not be happy about Araxi not being a vampire. Hi, I'm Ren, a renegade Thumpling. My pronouns are they, them. I'm playing Noelani, uh, presently sleep deprived lesbian fuckboy, I guess, because I've forgotten I've forgotten something. Jen.
Hi, friends. My name is Jen. My pronouns are they, she. I will be playing Ash, pronouns they, them, who is your friendly local changeling who is doing their best to do better, but like, really, let's see what happens. They recently grew wings. You know, sometimes shit happens. Yeah, that's me. We're gonna see how this goes. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
Nothing.
What could? Well, we see the hunters of Hargrave House leaving a mansion in London. Very few windows, very few signs of life. However, if you look inside now, there are signs there of a struggle, as just before we came back to them, Leander and Ren, you had to dispatch a few demons that were summoned that held you back from rescuing Araxi. As you leave the kind of wreckage of Leander's old study or laboratory behind, what is everyone taking with them from this?
I am taking a portrait of the hashtag vampire lord.
Yeah,
He's seen some shit.
Yeah, his eyes also seem to follow you around, and this portrait has the special power of, well, once a day you can ask the portrait what it has seen in the past 24 hours. You are also smashed into a wall, so what you're also taking with you is a dislocated shoulder. That's a condition you can mark.
I got my hand in the face.
Party pincushion.
Party pincushion Ash Penhallow, yes.
Yeah. Um, and what about Noelani?
I've taken a memento, but Leander, since this is your house, what did I steal?
I think that given your particular tastes, I feel as though you most likely have a death locket that has a lock of hair and a little drop of blood in a glass teardrop hanging off of it.
That's surely not going to haunt me.
Speaking of haunting, when you are fighting off the demons that Baal summoned when he entered the room and abducted Araxi, what happened to the spirit that you summoned?
Whoop.
Uh-oh.
It was stuck inside the circle. So, unless someone broke the salt circle, it would have stayed there until we got rid of it.
Hmm.
And
Well, there was a fight going on in there just now.
we
So,
probably had to get rid of that
your
too.
choice. Did Noelani get in the way of the demons to prevent the spirit breaking free? Or was the salt circle destroyed eventually?
I think she would have gotten in the way because that would have been one more problem to have to deal with
Okay, well,
on top of the
then
demons.
you also see Noelani leave the house with a few burn wounds. And you can take the condition scorched. And lastly, Leander, how have you been marked by the fight against the demons in your old home? And what do we see as you leave the house?
I believe that you see that Leander's clothing has been quite wrecked, and so you see him actually wearing something different as he has taken clothes from his old wardrobe.
Hang on. Does that mean you have lost the suit that she gave you?
I think he still has it. I think it is quite in shambles, however. Yeah. I don't think it is currently wearable.
Hmm.
I think you see him wearing something instead of being in blue. I think you actually see him wearing something that is a like more of a red burgundy.
How do you feel about your laboratory getting destroyed? Some demon violating the space that you shared with your wife?
Oh, I'm furious. If anyone was going to destroy this place, it should have been me. No one else. It's mine. And the fact that this thing was here, well, now we have a problem, and now I have to kill it.
Then you can take the condition furious.
Ah, fuck. Okay, I snap.
Oh, okay. Well.
This will go great.
PvP.
This is gonna go.
Well, this snapping happens the next scene.
Yep. So I guess I
Yeah.
don't go to bed.
You see just the first glimmers of the sun as dawn is breaking at the end of the night. Is there anything you need to do during the dawn phase? Any questions that need to be, or any masks that need to be narrated? Do I owe you any clues? Anything upkeep related?
Don't think so. I have 4 check marks to mark, which brings me to, I'm just gonna take my last +1. Yeah.
All right. Then
I'm now gonna be extra sensitive.
Then we're moving to a different part of London. A hidden safe house, much like the one that you've been to before. And we see Arthur Coleman. Who's just gotten dressed for the day. Trying to sit up without assistance, which is getting harder for him. He hasn't slept. Not since last time. Last time he slept, the dream he had took him back to the year 1821. A time when he was not in London, but in Wallsend, Northumberland, in a mine. And the memory he relived in the dream was one where he was going into the mine for the last time. There was gas in the pit. The manager knew, but the work had to continue, of course. In this dream that he is now seeing again, despite not going to sleep, we see 2 young boys, no older than 10 or 11, transporting a tub of coal through a drift, crawling on all fours as there's no room to stand. One of them is pushing it from behind, the other is actually harnessed to the tub. The one pushing it slips and tears open his right arm. Blood spilling everywhere. With just a curse, he alarms his friend in front of the tub, George, that he'll have to go up and get that looked at. He rushes up the pit, just cleans the wound very quickly and binds it with a rag. And then he hears behind him a loud explosion. The ground rumbles. He's actually falling down. When he turns, he sees that the entrance to the mining pit is gone. Debris and body parts are everywhere. His friend George will be recovered dead, his body scorched and distorted. One of 52 victims. The explosion, of course, will just be attributed to a furnace man leaving a door open. 14 years later, in 1835, another explosion in the same mine will kill 102 people. We return to London, 1868. Arthur gets up and as he leaves his room in the hall, he sees Satya with a few. Yes, Satya, who has been waiting for Noelani at the docks for days. But anyway, Satya has a few rings under her eyes. Arthur Coleman sighs. Whatever it is that they and other people he knows have been seeing in their dreams, that has not been one that he has called. Seems like whatever work they've been doing is bearing fruit, but perhaps more than they had anticipated. It was always clear that they couldn't control everything. But now they've already lost control of their dreams. Still, of course, the work must continue. What work is Hargrave House doing today? Where does everybody want to go?
Probably out. Not here. Yeah.
You don't want to just have PvP in Hargrave House?
I think after a while of adjusting my very strange portrait, honestly, I probably just like put it on my window so I can like look out. That seems reasonable.
A very rude thing to do to the portrait of a vampire, honestly.
That's fine. He's fine.
Point of order, does Leander know you have this?
I didn't make a secret of taking it, but I don't know how focused Leander was considering the setting, so it's up to you.
I mean, it's a portrait. It's not tiny.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
hard
It's
to
just like,
miss,
it's,
honestly.
you know.
Yeah. I
Mhm,
feel Leander
mhm.
knows. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's cool.
Cool. So here's the fucking thing. Here's the fucking thing. There's a lot going on that's like quite pressing. I
Mhm.
feel like the two most significant issues are the fact that our friend is missing, and the fact that there are plant zombies walking around. I'm inclined to think, and I'm going to go a little meta with this, that since I feel like Araxi isn't quite with us today, perhaps it may be worth trying to resolve what might be an active and widespreading threat, so that we can focus more thoroughly on the fact that our friend is missing and the fact that someone is infiltrating our dreams and the fact that also Noelani's got her weird sisters coming after her. Tell me I'm wrong, Noelani.
You're not related.
Like,
Can we take care of a threat during the day phase?
it's not like pursuing like
No.
leads on.
Yeah, you can resolve a threat during the night.
Okay.
You can answer questions about a threat at any point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, am I able to use my painting today?
Yes.
Can I ask it a question today? I'm gonna ask it a question today.
Yeah.
I feel like at some point I'm just like tapping it, just being like, "Are you look like you're following me?" And I feel like at some point I will kind of pick up on the fact that it is magical. And I'll just be like, so do you see things? Blink
I
once or something.
observe
Oh
always.
God, you talk. Okay. Look, what's this guy's deal? The one that stole our friend from us. What's his deal? Shockingly enough, I don't think he's going to be able to help us solve SAP or anything. So I am going to try and gather information about Ball. Fuck it, we Ball. You know. What do you know about him? Where does he hide? What are his weak points? Do you know anything? Can you please tell me? Pretty please.
I know but what I see.
Okay, then what have you seen?
I have seen a shape-shifting demon
Yeah, my name is Ash.
changing
Continue.
between. He doesn't react to that. I do. I have seen a shape-shifting demon walking the halls of one who belongs to the night. I have seen him take the guise of one of cattle. You remember he has.
Yeah, he's a vampire,
Bar
yeah.
has kind of looked like he was the victim of a vampire who has been
Yeah,
snacked
yeah.
on multiple times. Yeah. The smell was always there. Smell not of blood, but of fire and ash.
Rude. So you're saying no matter what he looks like, he's always going to smell the same.
I can only say what I have witnessed. But yes, you can mark that down as a clue. Yeah.
I will thank my portrait and ask if it has any preference as to what it looks at today.
Sorry?
I will thank my portrait and ask if it has any preference as to what it looks at today.
Doesn't.
Great. It gets to look outside.
Yeah. The portrait is the one thing that is just, it's an enchanted portrait. It's possibly the one thing you will talk to that doesn't make your most beloved come up.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah. Where do we see the other two? Where are Nolani and Leander right now?
Hopefully not in the same room if he's gonna snap.
Yes. Well, I don't know.
Up to
It's
you.
up
I'll leave it up to
and
you. If
up to
someone
your
wants to.
metagaming. Leander will do some violence. We know that, but should Leander, with his -1 presence, be alone to deal with the fallout of that?
So real.
That's
Look,
your
he's
little
fine.
decision.
He's fine.
Noelani's probably sitting in like the foyer at like a table, just shuffling her deck, hoping to pull some cards for the day ahead. Because what the fuck? What the fuck was that?
Okay. And is that a move, or is that just something that Nolani is doing?
Yeah, let's make
Are
it.
you using your tarot deck?
Yeah,
for a reading. Okay.
yeah. Let's find out and hopefully not kill anybody. The dice have been soaking in the salt and rosemary like all weekend. Oh fuck, that one fell outside. $11.
11 means you can ask what is about to happen and why. Well, what kind of future are you trying to glimpse here?
I think Ash is right, and we probably should focus down Sap. So
I get that in writing.
he's- to counteract all the times Araxi thinks that your plans are bad. So probably like, is something going to happen that like we can prevent if we focus down this one?
Well, what is about to happen, what you see is
Leander coming upstairs.
what you see is a bloom. Flowers sprouting from those infected already. And that is about to happen because somewhere the plant that is causing all of this has been fed and nurtured enough. Leander, where are you?
Well, damn. I mean, what time is it?
It's early enough in the day. None of you have slept after all.
Uh, I'm just gonna roll for it. Leander's coming upstairs from downstairs.
You don't have to be in
With
the
the-
house. You can be anywhere.
Okay. Okay, hold on. I think here's the problem. I don't know a good place for Leander to be right now. I think we were along towards the beginning, there was a place that was like, I feel like maybe Leander is, yeah, or maybe, where would I go? Leander's somewhere seedy. Leander's in an alley somewhere in London.
Describe the alley.
Leander's looking for trouble, so I think there's an alley. I think there's an alley near an entertainment district that he used to frequent, behind a theater that a friend used to run. and it's unlit but has a couple of different um pathways that feed into it, and I feel like he's been walking most of the night just deeply in his head, and between Araxi being cured and the possibility of Surprise coming back with usable information and the defiling of his home, I feel like he's just been stewing and has been waiting, just breaking things in this alley for a few minutes at this point.
And you are interrupted by a woman walking up to you in rags. She recognizes your doctor's bag and attire, perhaps doesn't so much recognize the seething rage inside of you. Dressed in rags,
Leander whips
she
around.
just
What?
Sir, doctor, can you help me? I have this. And rolling up her sleeve, she shows you a variety of bruises. She seems to have been in some kind of altercation. Can you help me with this?
Leander takes a breath.
It's only going to take a moment. Just
What-
please.
What happened to you? And he puts his bag down and starts thumbing through it absent-mindedly, really struggling to focus.
You will have to snap this scene.
I know.
Yeah. She doesn't answer. She's scared to confide in you, but she does need your services. There's nobody else here.
I asked you a question, miss.
I can't answer that. It's you do know there's somebody that she fears far more than you. Wrongly.
I see. Well, I can, of course, help you. You won't have to deal with this anymore. And Leander whips around and just shoves a scalpel in her neck. And puts the gauze that would have gone on her arm, puts it over her mouth and just holds her as she bleeds.
As she dies in your arms, you see sadness in her eyes more than anything else, not even shock. She has already suffered at the hands of people just like you. And now she dies.
It's a mercy, really. Could have just answered the question. But now you won't have to deal with them anymore.
Luckily for you, the fog is already thick in London. Nobody has witnessed this, not that many people would care about her. However, you've been awake for a long time. This killing has taken something out of you, even though you may not want to admit it. roll the day move as you grow so very, very tired and weary.
What day move am I rolling?
Um, well, I would say this is probably composure or vitality.
Okay.
To just focus.
Yeah. There's no consequences for murder. Who cares? That's a 14.
Okay, well. Something you realize is happening here. Something is trying to worm its way into your thoughts, into your mind. You fight it back easily. And as you leave, you see that the woman who you just, looked after is holding something. Ben, what is it? What item does Leander get to add to his personal quarters as he finds something valuable? The one valuable thing she likely possessed.
I think it is a locket. And opening it, does Leander open the locket?
Of course.
And in it, you see a young woman, similar age, not her. It looks like quite an old photo. Portrait, drawing, whatever the fuck. I don't know when portraits were invented. I don't know when photography was invented.
It can be a photo.
Yeah.
There were photographs, yeah.
Okay.
And the locket is likely like valuable. It's kind of like a silver sort of deal.
All right. Leander's going to take care of the body.
Well, we leave Leander to that.
F in the chat.
Callum Cross is always looking, by the way.
Hmm?
Callum Cross is always looking. Your friend, the mortician.
Yeah.
Where is Ash at this point?
I think is off looking for the oh crap, what was her name? The Fae that found me that was talking about
Lilac.
yes,
Lilac is
Lilac,
part
thank you.
of your little fake club now and will just appear at your door. If you're looking for Lilac,
Absolutely.
Lilac is there. Lilac is not alone.
Oh, who's Lilac with? Lavender?
Lilac. No, there's no other Fae, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah. There is, in an ivory dress, Sylvia Belrose, who appears to have also been waiting here for Ash.
Madame
And they seem to be
Belrose.
talking about you very excitedly.
Interesting. Okay.
There they are.
Yes,
Striking
there they
as
are.
always.
Can Miss Belrose, can I help you?
Miss Belrose looks slightly less statuesque today. And her eyeshadow can't hide the bags under her eyes. Yes, well, I, Ash, I was coming to confide in you. I have, in the past few days, seen you in my dreams. Well, that's not what I meant by that. I,
Have
it
you seen
felt more
masks in
like
these
I was,
dreams?
yes, there was a clearing and people surrounding you. Faye, I believed, and she begins to describe your dream to yourself.
This, I'm afraid, is not news to me. My friends and I have also experienced these kinds of dreams. I
Of
have
you.
experienced that dream from my perspective.
Well, other times there were dreams when it was strange. I had a dream just like what I saw you go through in that dream the other night, where I saw something similar. Well, it's a bit embarrassing, but you had these dreams yourself. You said
I have,
she
yes.
suddenly realizes that she doesn't want to talk about hers. You notice, and you might want to ask her.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
might want to roll.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, listen, I think something is going on. I think something is targeting us. I think if you were to share some of the details of this dream with me, I may be able to. I am hoping that I will be able to figure out what is causing them and end it. Would that be
Roll
a presence
presence with
roll?
advantage.
Yeah,
Yeah, presence
cool.
with advantage.
Cool. Where are my dice? They're right here. They are always right here. I don't know why I'm asking where they are. All right. Nope. That one's off the table. 13.
Oh, interesting. Well, that also gives you a mastermind clue.
6, 3, and 5. So 6 and 5
Mhm.
plus 2.
I well, I saw. I, you know, I like to spend time with artists and other unusual people,
Yes.
and you might have also. She blushes visibly. You might have also understood that I am not necessarily in the market for a husband.
Yes.
Uh, Well, she's a bit surprised that you just kind of accept that. Well,
You must remember that while I've spent a good deal of time in this world, it is not where I am from.
it must
And
be so nice there.
back home, things are a bit more open.
Yes, well, well then, she, understanding now that she won't have to face any judgment from you, just gathers herself. Well, I saw my family in my dreams. Father is always threatening to disown me. Mother crying about my spinsterdom. But there was something there taking the guise of my sister. My sister, who has married, has her 3 children already. And I know she hates her husband, and he hates her. Yet she stood there judging me for my frivolity and not sacrificing for the family as she has.
May I ask? This
If-
may.
yeah.
I can understand why you may want the answer to this question to be one answer over the other, but I am going to ask regardless. Are you certain it was them in a dream and not them visiting your dream? It would not be the first time even mortals have visited dreams. Not even this week.
It was not my sister. But it was not a dream. Perhaps it was. I don't know. I was hoping you could tell me that, but
So this thing seems to take the
it's
appearance of someone who we care about
see.
in dreams.
I knew
Does
it
your
was not my
sister
sister because
does your sister throw her lot in with your parents or with you?
oh, my parents. But it wasn't her. It was something else. It was see when I woke up from this dream. I held something in my hand that I saw this thing in my dreams play with.
What was
And
it?
it was this, and she hands you a key. A key that, as she holds it, is made of gold. Very delicate. As it changes hands and Ash holds it, what does it look like afterwards?
It is a key that looks like it was carved of a bone. It's all sharp and angular, and just a little bit spiky. Fascinating. Did the
Yes,
design
Lila
mean
comes in.
anything to
Yes,
you?
she gave it to me just now and it turned into, well, it was wooden and blossoming. And we're going to end the scene here because
I'll
it
pop that in
doesn't
the.
really mean anything understandable to any of them, but you have your clue now. However, as we leave the scene, um, somebody else is approaching Hargrave House. Somebody who you suddenly realize has accessorized a bit more. It is David Cooper, the ginger man in the wheelchair that you met when you also had your audience with Arthur Coleman. And not only do you see the shape of a firearm under his suit, he also has a hunting horn made of oak with him. That's your mastermind clue. Where is Nolani right now?
After
You
putting
can
away
have
the
gone anywhere else in London in the meantime.
can or cannot.
You can. You
Oh,
can have
okay.
been just away.
She would have wandered away from the house to the docks.
Yeah. If you went looking for Satya, then at this point, you would be in the tiny old church again. And Satya is, I guess. Satya is smiling at you. Well, took you long enough. I've been meaning to show you something for a while now.
My apologies, darling. We've been
Oh, I know
little
you've been busy.
overrun.
I have been too.
Mm.
So many things. It's all going to happen very soon now. You understand that, right?
There does seem to be a shift in the way that everything is feeling.
Yes, well, definitely that. You also notice she looks like she hasn't slept in a few days.
Noelani's very gently gonna like cup her cheek. Has your boss have you running ragged, darling?
He doesn't expect anything of us that he doesn't expect from himself, but well, you know, we've kept tabs on everything that has appeared over London, much like you have. But some things even we can't fully explain, and right now, sleeping seems a bit too dangerous for me.
Are you having nightmares?
How does Nolani look? Do we see some signs of sleep deprivation on Nolani as well?
Hell yeah. She
Yeah.
looks tired. She's also like got probably bandages covering all of the burns. Her hair is a mess.
Yeah.
She does not look good.
Yeah. Satya now returns the favor and cups Nolani's face and says, "Oh, you sweet little liar, you! You think you can just turn this just on me? You look like you haven't seen a proper bed rest in days yourself."
It's been a little
So yeah,
difficult.
yeah, I have been having nightmares. So have you, right?
One nightmare so far, and one shared dream, I suppose.
Oh, shared dream.
Hmm.
That's new. Mind telling me a little more?
Yeah, no, this she's
Yeah.
she will. She's stupid and she's down bad.
Well, as you explain this to Satya, she's taking you to a slightly secluded, also derelict building. And there's another trapdoor there. Well, that's all very interesting. I noticed that some things had changed about Ash, besides just, she just makes a kind of fluttering motion with her shoulders. Well, I was trying to show you something. Is there anything from your past that you would like to see? The Guardian has a reward for you.
Oh. I think it has been quite a while since I've seen my mother.
She kicks the trapdoor open. Well, jump right in then. No guarantees what you'll see. That all depends on you.
It's fine. It's the daytime. I'm not gonna drown.
You notice, by the way, that around this trapdoor, signs of just a ritual have been left, almost as if for you to replicate later. What do you see?
Ooh. There's probably remnants of a little bowl with herbs and salt, a mortar and pestle off to the side, a like a doll made of straw maybe, but also wrapped in a little bit of dried seaweed, and a couple of very smooth, very shiny rocks with holes through the middle like hagstones.
And there also seems to be something that has been crushed, something indistinguishable at this point, in a bowl, an offering.
Yeah. Hop in.
You hop in. What do you see?
There is water in here, right? I'm not just falling.
You are going in the water, yeah.
Cool. Can I breathe in the
You don't
water,
need
or
to.
do I? Okay.
It's fine. You don't need to breathe.
Oh. I think she just kind of like dead weights herself, lets herself sink, um, and she waits for a little bit, and all of a sudden there's a glow in the distance, something that is getting closer and brighter with each passing second, and it's a little hard to make out um, until it's right in front of her, and eventually it dims and extends and takes the shape of um, her mother just before she died. She's got her hair up in a bun, and she's got her long skirt kind of trailing behind her, and she's smiling because whether or not she knows it, it no, it probably looks like a baby to whatever this is, but it's nice to see her mom's face for a little bit, even if it is like entirely ghostly and underwater.
You remain there, possibly just wordless, for a while. But as you eventually leave this scene, this image of your mother, you hear her voice. She says, all that has been lost can be returned to you by the sea. And all of you have a new move that you can use now, which is called Time and Tide. You can seek the Guardian's aid to recover something that was lost or taken from you. You have to offer something precious in return. And submerge yourself underwater and roll with vitality. We skipped that for now because this was just a nice little reward from the Guardian for Nolani, but you can use this to gain a clue for something very specific. However, if it outright fails, you drown. Where's Leander? After taking care of the body.
Yeah. I think Leander would have stopped home, changed clothes, and then seen if anyone wanted to go to the area in question that we had learned. It was a greenhouse or something we learned about last session.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does that mean you will return to Hargrave House?
Yeah. Gonna change my
Mm.
clothes.
Yeah. You did see Ash in conversation outside.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a good opportunity to just kind of walk past.
Yeah.
You had a little bit of blood on you. As you changed inside, you felt a few cold spots. Seems like some other resident of Hargrave House does not really approve of your activities.
Fuck off. Jesus.
As you leave the house, you see Ash still in conversation with a Fae you haven't met before, I believe, and the socialite that has been kind of following Ash around like a puppy. And also approaching is
Lord.
one that you know from that you know is in the employ of Arthur Coleman.
Mm.
Do you involve yourself in the situation, or do you go to investigate elsewhere?
If I oh god, I forgot his name already.
David Cooper.
Yeah. If I see Mr. Cooper approaching, I would say hello, actually. Oh, Mr. Cooper, we weren't expecting a visit. What brings you this morning?
Well, we've heard that your loyalties have been questioned. That
Come to
is
do the same.
no.
All right.
We have no need of that. I've come to not question your loyalties. I've come to show you how we might be of use to you in ways that the crown most certainly never will be. And, you know, how we have ways that the crown doesn't have and how you might need us right now.
Oh, is that so? Would you like a tea, or shall we go on a
No.
walk?
No, I'm afraid I don't have that much time.
All right.
All I have for you is this here. And he gives you a burned crest. It is the family crest of the Justice family. Do you know about the Great Fire in London?
I'm
About 200
aware.
years ago. We have, apparently this was found in the area not long ago. It's from the time. But certainly it's no coincidence that it shows up right now when Miss Justice seems to be missing.
You don't miss a beat, do you?
Well, honestly, we have no idea where she is.
Well,
Whatever took her, that's not one of ours, so to say.
Well, at least that gives me peace, as I don't have to worry about pissing anyone off when I kill it.
Yes, on that note, we understand that our business with the orchid,
Mm-hmm.
the bloom, has gotten a little bit out of hand, but still we would appreciate it if that work could continue and you found a solution to that that doesn't destroy it, of course. As a
I'll
sign of
see-
goodwill.
And as a sign of goodwill, I'll see what I can do. But as you said yourself, it has gotten quite out of hand.
Well, I think you of all people know best that sometimes you can't save everyone.
Yes.
Good day, Doctor.
Good day. Do remember that energy. Can't save everything.
And meanwhile, Ash,
Do I see all this happening?
you possibly pick some of it up.
Oh, I did hear. I
Just
just need to see
still-
that Lamia's there, or not Lamia.
Yeah.
What's his name? Leander.
You're
I assume
still
I'm too
in
busy like
conversation.
talking to Lilac and Miss Belrose to actually hear anything. But I think just for shits and giggles, I do my best to just quietly appear behind Leander and just be like, hi.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Where are you going?
Seems that you're rather popular. You've got a new pet.
Not quite. There appears to be the our friend the Dream Invader seems to now be leaving us presents, and by us I mean one of my friends over there. And I'll just briefly grab the key and just.
We just cut away to the mask that Nolani got. The mask is smiling. Anyway, we cut back.
Terrifying. And I will hand Leander the key. If Leander will take it.
What's that go to? Leander will take it.
What's it look
Yeah.
like now?
Yeah, what does it look like now?
The fucking scalpel with little
It-
key attachings in it.
Yeah.
No, I think it looks like a very, very old but well kept iron key that seems like it would go to a very old style dungeon door.
Fascinating. And you see
Oh.
what makes this key so interesting now, yes?
Interesting.
And I will plug it back, pop it in my pocket. This has something to do with our dream guest, but I was thinking that I may, in the interest of there's only so much that I can do with dreams when I'm not sleeping, see what I can uncover as far as our plant friends go. Should you care to join me?
Actually, that is what I was going to suggest. In fact, however, I must inform you that we've been requested to attempt not to fully destroy whatever is happening, although there is an admission that has gotten out of control. So,
Requested by whom?
points to the retreating Mr. Cooper. Mr.
Ah.
Cooper, actually, which would mean, I am assuming on behalf, well, not assuming, I have it on good authority on the behalf of Mr. Coleman and Associates.
Right. And we are listening to them now.
I didn't say that.
Okay. So it was a request and not a do this.
It was a request in that, in good faith, we salvage something, and he parted by noting that not everything, not everyone can be saved, and I appreciated that parting gift, as I did remind him that as things have gotten quite out of control, he is correct. You can't always save everything.
You're all right, Leander.
I'm quite all right, given that my home has been desecrated
Catch them.
and our compatriot is missing. I'd say it's a bright and lovely morning. Why would I be anything but all right?
You know human sarcasm doesn't always land well with me, right?
And you know I don't always care.
Mhm.
Shall we get
Where's
Noelani and go,
Nolani?
or
Where's Nolani at this point?
Noelani's walking up the road towards the house, drenched in seawater. Seaweed on her
drenched.
shoulder,
Yeah,
blissfully
Nolani got
out
wet
there.
today.
Your thoughts are also still both with Satya and your mother. Again, the fog of London is very thick today and almost seems to swallow you up. Everybody that you walk past seems hazy, like you were stumbling through a dream.
Oh no.
On that note, yeah, please roll the day
Uh-oh.
move with. Honestly, I don't know what you want to roll that with. You are kind of fighting off falling asleep on the wheel here, essentially. It's not a presence roll. And apart from that, I don't know what you want to roll.
What could possibly go wrong?
Since it's magical, could I argue sensitivity?
I will say yes. However,
Heck yeah.
comma,
Okay.
Comma.
if you roll with sensitivity, you are not fighting it. You are taking control of it.
Ooh.
me.
Yeah, I'll try. That's my highest stat. That's why I don't want to fall asleep right now. Oh, hell yeah. Hold on. I got to do math real quick. 14. The
Wow.
rosemary and salt is working, y'all.
You will roll the possible information move as you stop and begin to enter your dream in this kind of state between being awake and asleep. You will make the next roll in your dream with advantage because you rolled a 14.
Hell yeah.
The fog around you changes colors and also begins to solidify into shapes. What does this little dream bring you today?
Since she just saw her, it's probably her mom. And also probably Satya. Her mom thankfully looks a little more solid now and not as watery and ghostly. She's got color to her face, and Satya doesn't look as tired as she just was.
There's also a surprise guest. Which old member of your coven is it?
Oh God. I think it would be the leader. I think it would be Hestia.
Okay, Hestia again. Hestia, or at least this image of Hestia, smiles at you warmly and just asks you, Astoria, my dear, what are you trying to find?
I have what I need for the most part. I'm not, I suppose, a way out of this place.
And yet you entered it so willingly. Just a few minutes ago, you nearly drowned yourself looking for the past. Now you stumble in here with us looking for a dream. What is it that you're looking for? Again, you can flip this around with a move and just turn it on them, but
oh, what move?
I don't know. It would just be. I think I'm going to break the rules here and say this is a night move because your own dream. Or you can just roll the information move and just kind of and just have a little conversation with your own dream to get a clue. Whatever you do is going to be with advantage.
I think I'm going to do the information move.
All right. So what are you trying to do? Just talk to your dream figures or change the dream again? Look beyond what you see in your dream.
I think she's going to try and change the dream. Maybe go astral projecting in a sense.
Okay.
To see if she can Mm,
That is going to be sensitivity then. And you are rolling with advantage.
okay. Yeah. She's gonna try and see if she can figure out what the coven is up to, because we haven't done anything for that, because we're trusting that Arthur's
Oh,
gonna
the coven is. This is for the dream. The information move
Oh.
here is definitely for the dream. Yeah.
Oh.
Also, the coven is going to have a talk with Arthur at some point. You know that.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can like track down an origin point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ooh. 12.
Okay. Well, that is, I think, another mastermind clue that I'll have to give you. But for now, you are in this dream. As you are once again judged by Hestia in your dream, what are you doing to mold the dream to your wishes?
It takes her a second. She shuts her eyes, she takes in a deep breath, and she goes, "You know what? I'm not looking for you. Go away." And she'll like do a little hand swish like she's swatting away a fly, um, to essentially clear the path of the unwanted interruption.
Mhm.
And then start walking.
Out of
Probably
the dream
following
again, or in the dream still?
uh in the dream, so that I'm not
Mhm.
walking into people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Following whatever glowing path starts to rise up from the ground
Okay.
to
Yeah.
take me to the origin point, I guess, or toward it.
Yeah. You walk along this landscape of your dreams, past scenes of dreams that you have had in the past, not just in the past few days, but throughout your life. What is the oldest dream that you can still remember?
It's from when she was probably no older than 5. Um, and she is riding in a carriage with her parents and her siblings, on the way up to a relative's house. It's not terribly far, but when you live in the mountains, everything is pretty far. So she's watching the trees and everything kind of thin out and give way to shorter buildings. They're decent in construction, but nothing too like fancy or grand. It's relatively humble and homely.
Yeah. What is the oldest building in this oldest of your dreams? That is where the path will lead you.
It's more of a shack than anything. It's been left by whoever originally built it, and it's kind of run down. The roof is caving in a little bit. There are definitely mongoose scurrying around inside. Um, and it looks like it was probably part of a sugar mill at some point, but the rest of the mill has been taken down.
And as you walk towards this place begins to be overlaid by other dreams or other realities. You can't be sure. You see the ground beneath your feet at some point just turns towards swamp water. And then it's back to normal ground. You see inside the mill for just a second the shape of, you don't know, it is some humanoid shape, but it looks at you, or it appears to look at you, but it has no face. And then it disappears again. Then you find yourself in London. You're not sure what the origin of the dream is. But in this most ancient or the oldest place that you remember, the oldest dream that you remember, there you found it. You're very sure the creature that has been behind this. And we'll see what you make of this after the break. See you in 10 minutes, everybody. We're back. Hello. We're not going to waste a lot of time. Norlani, you leave the dream, and as you come back to London proper, in front of you stands the grinning Celine. Her broadly smiling face looking almost a little skeletal. And she's just snapping her fingers in front of your face. Like, ah, Little one, you're back. Now, where were you going off to?
Noah's gonna swat her hand out of her face. Lost in thought. What do you want?
Hmm. Well, just wanted to say hello to you again. You notice something about her, by the way. What is an ingredient that is so very rare that the Coven, when you were part of it, could never get a hold of it? But right now, she appears to be carrying a whole just bag of it around in the open.
Ooh.
It doesn't even need to be rare. It can also just be dangerous to get.
Probably a bunch of dried saffron because it is so difficult to get large quantities of it.
Mhm.
But it is fragrant and it is potent.
She just grabs a handful of strings and just shoves them into her mouth. And you mind a few? I suppose
No,
you've always liked your sweet little things, didn't you, young one?
that has not changed, but I am fine, thank you.
Ah, well, you know, we have a meeting later today with the most charming young gentleman. He's spoken in the highest of accolades of you, really. It'll be such a shame to not see the departed tear you limb from limb. But I suppose we'll let you be.
How generous.
You're not as fun as I remember you being. But
Well,
then again,
you are getting quite senile.
please, please, please. But that's better. It looks like you've finally fully woken up. I thought I might have to chastise you again. Perhaps pull a few fingernails. Well, I think I see your friends coming, and one of them looks a little peaked. So I think that's where I'll say my goodbyes here. So nice to meet you again. By the way, you do really need to consider being on the winning side here. See, we wouldn't have gotten all of this. She just wags the saffron in front of you without a little help. And I'm not sure this shabby little house that you're in is should be enough for a witch with ambition. And your mastermind clue is that Arthur Coleman has supplied them with rare ingredients.
makes
Well, she disappears very quickly, and then all hunters of Hargrave House, minus the ghost and the abducted Araxi, of course, are united here.
Ah, Nolani, we were just talking about you. You all right?
she is seething, but then she looks at Leander. Oh, good, you changed. Blue is your color.
Nolani, are you all right?
I need to go change my clothes, and then I believe we have something to discuss. So she's gonna
Question:
hop
what is
back into
Nolani wearing right now?
regular outfit, her white shirt and probably a long skirt and boots, but she is again soaked with seawater.
Because you said good, you've changed, and you said blue. Did you say blue is or isn't your color?
Is.
Okay. Leander kisses his teeth and just says, "Yes, your shirt is looking a little dingy, isn't it?"
Oh.
Dingy is a word that we can use. I may use entirely drenched, but certainly.
When we next see a changed Nolani, where are you all at? And what's the topic of discussion?
You know what? Let's go to a tea house. Let's get out.
I believe we need to go to the greenhouse, in fact.
Mm,
That's also
there is
possible,
about
yeah.
to be a major plant problem on our hands if we don't do something about that.
Yes, Mr. Cooper was by. He'd like us not to destroy it. I don't care.
The way I see it, if destroying it is the best way of taking care of it, then I don't either. But Noelani, you should know, and we will, and I will pick up my key, hand it to Noelani. Hey, Noelani, what does it look like?
It's kind of old and dingy, and there's a little bit of like a purple ribbon tied to the end of it. But it looks like one of the teeth was probably snapped off, so it can't unlock whatever it was meant to unlock before. Why did it do that?
That's a great question, and I was trying to figure out why it does that, why it can influence this key like that if it's only shown up in our dreams.
What?
Yeah.
Speaking of
We do
dreams,
have, yeah. The first question for the Face of Nightmares is, does this creature that you've now seen only exist in dreams, or is it a projection from somewhere else?
Yes, and I would like to answer it.
Mhm.
I'm kind of thinking I assume it's a binary one or the other, not a little bit of a twist on one.
No, it's one or the other.
Cool. I'm leaning towards the latter.
Yeah, same.
Because first off, we have the two clues that people woke up holding. Like
Yeah.
something
I
is,
will say,
you know.
yeah, it can. It's also a question of perhaps, is it from outside coming in, or is it from the inside trying to break out into the real world?
Right. And like,
Mm.
I think it's more interesting to have it coming from the inside trying to break out, if that is something that we can do using the first. Like, I think that's more fun.
Sure.
But I'm not opposed to either.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Great. It's manifesting shit into the real world.
Hmm. So that would explain the mask.
Yep.
And also
And it
kind
would
of
also explain the key.
the key. Hmm.
It
would
also
also
explains me being strangled.
Yep. And it explains the fact that the longer this creature seems to have had the influence, the more power it seems to be gaining, which would kind of explain why it was faced in the oldest dream, but it's been getting more and more like complicated as we keep going.
Ooh, I hate that.
Yeah, right. I'm inclined to say that's. I know we probably should try and use the last clue, but I don't know if we want to. I think I might be happy with just this.
You can save it for later.
I'm good with
Okay.
that.
Yeah. Let's
Mhm.
attempt an answer.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's you rolling, fam.
Yeah, Jen, do you want to
Okay.
roll?
Dream Fae.
No pressure. Do I want to roll? Let's ask
You
something
have-
else.
I mean, Ash has the power over dreams. You should roll perfectly fine here.
Yeah.
Don't say that, Wiz. This is your fault.
Uh-oh.
Is it?
This is your fault. That's 5.
Well,
Total?
I mean,
It's like-
it is just
like,
straight
yeah,
dice.
it's a straight roll.
I mean, it would
will.
be so fitting if all of you put on a mask now. It has to be all of you.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have it. Yeah.
I will if y'all will.
Hold
All
on,
right.
thing. We're putting on a mask?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a mask of the future. It's unfortunate because I only have one path to unmark, but it's fine. Oh wait, I can pick any of them. Never mind. Forgot that in the future I can just fuck with.
Yeah. Just picked a mask of the past.
I have.
Well, in that case, as Ash is kind of explaining a few things to you, and you start to realize that this is coming from your dreams, you are also again starting to feel this mind fog as something tries to draw you into your dreams again. It won't happen, but still, you relive a memory, both of you. So, starting with Leander, what is it?
Narrate a flashback to when Hargrave House decided you were useful. It had been approximately 6 months since she had left, and things had become rather bleak. But I had, on one of my nightly endeavors, stumbled upon a situation where I saw a gentleman being attacked, and he was quite in over his head, and he was fighting something familiar. And so I decided to be a good citizen and help him. So I came up behind the thing with a stake and drove it straight into its back. And it so happened that at the time, the gentleman was a member of Hargrave House, a organization which I had intimate knowledge of previously from a different direction, but on his recommendation, I went for a meeting and he regaled them with the tales of how well I did. And they said that I could do some good with them. And so I decided to leave the manor so that I did not have to live in this tomb, of which she might not come back. No, she'll come back, it's fine. I didn't want to dirty the house anymore. God knows I'm not good at cleaning. So I went to go live at Hargrave House to, as they said, do some good and hone some new skills.
And Norlani.
Narrate a flashback to your young adulthood that shows a time when you used your supernatural affinities for selfish purposes. The fun thing about being magically gifted, darling, is that I can sprinkle in just enough mystic sounding bullshit, and these simpletons are none the wiser. Girls from the finishing school flock to me after dinners, giggling with their stupid little questions about inconsequential matters. Will I be famous? When will I meet my husband? Am I going to be rich? And it is so easy to swindle them out of their allowances or heirlooms in exchange for the blessing of my supernatural wisdom. No amount of English lessons were ever going to help them learn how to interpret the meanings of my cards, and I will not waste my talents answering paltry bullshit. What I told them was no different than what a back alley psychic would tell you in exchange for a quarter cup of laudanum.
So, Jen, what have you marked?
I have marked the moss covered gate. I have unmarked. I only have been checking Touch of Glamour because demystification doesn't speak to me as much. So I am back to square one on the
Yeah.
second box.
Moss-covered gate means you narrate a scene where you revel in
Yes.
your currently preferred form. Also, I think you're going to take us to a little fake club outing.
I think
I would like to offer you a few places where you can go
okay.
around the kind of epicenter of the disappearances and attacks by plant people. There's the exotic greenhouse of the British Museum. There's also the pub, of course, the Oak Door, where we've been before. And there is the Spitalfields Seed Market.
I think we're gonna go to the greenhouse.
Hmm.
I'm going to invite what the fuck was her name? The seamstress.
Yeah, the seamstress is there because that's me.
Yeah, it's Fake Love, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we are going to kind of book a. Can we arrange like a self-guided tour of the greenhouse?
Sure. I mean, I have no idea what that was like in the 19th century. Sure, yeah.
But the seamstress is popular; she can arrange it.
Oh yeah.
And I think we just take a little while. We bring tea, we make a picnic out of it, and I think we spend some time, cast a glamour over the glass bits so people don't need to see inside. And we just dance among the plants. I think we dance with the plants.
All right. So in this greenhouse, it is despite the time of the year, very warm and I hesitate to say wet, so I will just say humid.
Moist, got it.
Damp.
Moist, yeah. It is also a display of the wildest colors in here. As you dance, there are leaves and branches just flailing in your face. Who else is here, by the way? Is it just the Fae Club, or are there other hunters here?
I mean, I'm the one who kept wanting to go to the greenhouse, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
You might have had. Yeah, it's more like, are you in the scene, or are you just making investigations elsewhere? Just doing
oh,
other things.
Ash, do you have preference?
There's no strategizing here. It's just, do you want to
Yeah,
play
yeah.
a Fae, or is it just Leander that's here?
I don't have a strong preference, but I do think that like since we were all going to go to the greenhouse anyway, it would make sense for them to just be here.
We're here, or at least
Yep.
Leander's here.
In the background somewhere.
While Ash is getting drunk on Faye. Yes, hashtag moist Faye.
Oh,
I want it on record that I did not say that phrase on purpose directly.
Where's Nolani? Is Nolani here, or is Nolani at home performing rituals?
no, she came out to get a change of scenery, and also so Coven wouldn't bother her for a little bit.
All right. Then the only Fae that is currently here is the seamstress that is holding. Well, two of her hands are holding Ash's hands. The other two hands, or two more hands, are on Ash's shoulders, and the last pair of hands is on Ash's waist as they dance.
Fucking incredible. Incredible.
I really had to think about where the hands could go because there are so many of them.
Let's see where the hands can go.
I kind of knew you would say that, and I'm glad you did.
I got you. I got you.
Leander dies just right there.
F in the chat for Leander.
Okay, well, as the dance concludes, what do you want the seamstress to arrange for you here?
How do you mean?
Well, this is your Fae Club move. You can pick two things. I
Oh,
think
yeah,
you've
right.
already picked no negative attention
Yeah, we'll go with negative attention.
because you already said there's a glamour, so I think that one's done.
And you know what? I think as we are dancing, I take a moment and I meet the seamstress's eyes and I ask her, I am picking a clearing a condition. First of all, like in the fiction, we are having a fairly intimate moment, but but it's just intimate and vulnerable, so we're gonna make it vulnerable too. And I'm just going to kind of look at her and just go, is it enough for you just having this?
Do you mean as my life? Or do you mean having just this between us?
Both. I find myself
As in
missing a
life.
place that I can barely remember in many ways. And I imagine it must be much more difficult for you.
Well, know our home is odd in some ways, even to us. The rules not always clear. I think in due time there might be a way back, and I perhaps would like to take you there. But for now, I suppose this will have to do, but there is more we could build here. I realize now that perhaps my earlier efforts to create a court were misguided. I'm not sure if Ash would be using the word misguided for the kind of gallery of
No.
sucked out people. Yeah.
No,
Uh,
but Ash isn't here to judge right this second, so
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, she, the
Um,
seamstress, however, is like, but still, perhaps with you, perhaps we together could build something grander here in London for ourselves. And the others, of course.
I think as she's talking, at one point, just fucking out of like she's been noticing that I haven't really been using one of my arms. And I think while she's talking, she's got a bunch of fucking arms. So she just uses them to just go and it's go.
Yeah.
As I clear my dislocated arm condition, and I'm sure
Yeah.
Leander watches on in horror as a non-medically trained person sets my shoulder.
Actually, Leander and Nolani are also dancing.
Aww. That's
Having
not
a
very gay of
conversation.
you, Noelani.
Well, I mean, somebody's plotting murder over here, so
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh, okay, yeah. What are you talking about then?
We see that Ash and the seamstress are dancing. So Leander, very in a courtly manner, holds out a hand and says, Nolani, shall we?
she shrugs and she'll put her hand in Leander's.
And he pulls Nolani in and looks down at you and starts to lead in a dance. He's actually good at this. And he says, you know, I actually kind of hate the color blue.
Really? You wear it all the
Yes,
time.
I do. I need to be in proper attire, as sometimes when you want to get back at someone, you want to make sure that you're properly dressed. You seem like the sort who has a history of bitterness as well, Nolani.
I suppose you could call it that.
Given everything that's happened lately, I feel it necessary to comfort you in the fact that I'm not seeking to murder anyone at Hargrave House.
I suppose that is a comfort, yes.
My deepest hopes and plans when it comes for murder are much closer to the heart for me.
Is that why you stay revenge dressed? I suppose we could call it.
It is. It is, in fact, yes. Do you have any other questions? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I believe that counts as a vulnerable move in some. For Leander, it counts. Sure, it's a vulnerable move. That's as much as we're gonna get from him. This was also Leander's vice.
Mm-hmm.
So you can, if you want, stumble upon a clue here.
Yes, please.
Right, so your dance concludes.
Yes.
You lift the glamour, you leave this spot that you were in. And you suddenly see that there are quite a few more people now in the greenhouse than before. And at first they mingle. Then all of a sudden they all stop. Completely drop what they are doing. Look up. You're not sure where. It could just be that they are looking up to the sun, much like plants would do. They extend their hands. And all of a sudden this stops and they return to normal. And you also see after this, they all briefly look over to you. And then, Leander, you notice something very peculiar for a moment, which is that as Ash and the seamstress emerge, not only the people are suddenly just briefly looking at them, but also all the flowers that you can see for a moment point directly at Ash, as if towards the sun.
Oh, God.
And then that also changes back to normal.
Oh,
Before you have time to fully process this, however, a woman comes up to you, long blonde hair. She's wearing gloves, matching, finely made but still very like functional outfit, also in a light blue. You recognize her from somewhere. This is Olivia Bloom. You kind of, after a second, it kind of clicks. Yeah, this is the chief botanist of the greenhouse you're currently in. Ah, very busy today. You
yes.
you appear to be perhaps a scientist yourself. Is that correct?
Oh, yes, Miss Bloom, a doctor, actually. More of the medical variety, but
Oh,
as you know, the link between plants and medicine is, well, as storied as history, is it not?
oh, certainly. So many plants with the most incredible medical properties. But yes, I just thought you might be a colleague. I saw you looking around very curiously with a more discerning eye than an ordinary visitor when you first came in a while ago, but then I lost sight of you.
Oh, yes. I I did actually have some questions. I've actually come across some quite peculiar plants in my work lately. Perhaps is there an office we can uh pop off to somewhere a little
Oh,
more? It is quite busy.
certainly, if there's something to be discussed about botany, I'm always very happy to answer them.
Of course. This is my colleague. I forget what is Noelani's last name.
Clements.
This is my colleague, Miss Clemens. Would you mind if she accompanies us as well? We are working together on this.
Perfect. That's just you, Miss Clemens, are what is your profession? Then are you also a doctor?
No, no, unfortunately, no. I did not have the time to do that sort of schooling. Um, I am simply here accompanying the good doctor to take notes.
More of a general herbalist with a specialty in exotics.
Oh, right. Yes, I've just had a few overseas trips myself. Being a member of the British Museum
Yes, how
does extend you
fascinating.
the opportunity, and she just starts rambling on about her trips to the colonies as you go to the office. What is Ash doing? Before we cut back to the discussion between them here.
Yeah. Enjoying perhaps a slightly too fond farewell with the seamstress.
All right, we cut back to the office of Olivia Bloom, which is, well, her notes are a complete mess, but the plants are impeccably arranged in here. Who has what masks marked? Let me just check. Okay, Nolani. What signs do you see among the notes or the plants, or possibly both, that speak to perhaps more esoteric interests that Olivia Bloom has in the world of flora?
It's scattered about the same way her notes are, but there are like a mortar and pestle sitting off to one side with the remnants of some dried plant matter still in it, and what probably altogether would be a chemist set, but is otherwise scattered all around her office, in different places, collecting different saps and drying herbs and making what looks probably like a tincture in one of them. Um, and it probably just looks like a regular pair of shears to everyone else. Um, but Noelani would recognize a pair of probably ritual scissors, or a ritual blade to take clippings of the plants in the most respectful way, the same way that um, Noe would do with her ritual knife when doing a summoning.
She just sweeps these aside and just puts a pot of several plants on there. And these here, just regular foxgloves. Looking at the just pinkish flowers. And yet, they have the power to ward off not just diseases in other plants around them, which is really quite a remarkable feat of symbiosis, but I truly believe they will also have great applications in human health. But, well, this is my research. Plants truly have the most interesting adaptations, and
That
so
they
much.
that they do. Um, I actually, the reason I wanted to speak somewhere a little less, a little more private, um, I had a case, and I found a orchid growing out of a gentleman's body, actually, and I'm Wondering if you've ever heard of anything like that before.
Oh, well, I know the case that you speak of. I believe it must have been Rowan was the name, Michael Rowan.
Yes.
Recently, just yes. Well, um, I admittedly haven't had the chance to look at the body yet. I was called on for that, but was so very busy with other things. Although it is quite a strange phenomenon, I wasn't able to locate the body when I went to look for it. Seems to have been lost in processing, I suppose. Have you had the opportunity?
I actually did, yes. Which is what brings us here. Leander opens up his bag, pulls out the flower. This was, in fact, the flower. I was wondering if you perhaps knew more about it than I did. You see, when it was removed from the body actually decayed, which is why you weren't able to locate it.
Ah. She just takes this information in very neutrally. Well, let me see. This is not an orchid that we grow here. It looks somewhat similar to, yes, perhaps a tiger orchid. Interesting. Well, is there anything specifically you could establish about? And you just kind of
Mhm.
start talking about the case so far. Is there a specific information move you want to trigger here?
Yeah, no, I want to nerd out with another nerd. I want to know what
Okay.
she knows. I want to know what she knows about this flower, or if she's come across anything else or has any suspicions or anything like that, because she's the plant person.
Hmm. You can roll. Hmm. I kind of feel like I have to make you roll presence, but perhaps you can convince me otherwise.
I'm going to argue that it's rolling reason because we are sharing research. I have brought her mine and I am asking for hers. I'm not trying to charm her. I am trying to study a specific problem with another researcher.
I think I will allow that, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. It matters a little bit.
Don't tell me it's another
So-
fucking mastermind clue.
no. I mean,
Okay.
this is. I rolled a 5 and a 1. So
Okay.
okay.
Well,
Yeah,
it
it's an
does
8
matter.
with reason. Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
8 with reason, so it does actually quite matter because with presence
Yeah.
that brings it back down to a 5. So yes,
Yeah.
it's an 8 with reason.
Mhm. Well, as you have this stimulating scientific discussion where Leander is very much out of his depth. He's kind of faking it a little bit, I think, perhaps, but keeps pace.
Yeah, this isn't bodies. I know bodies.
Yeah. Um, she, in the end, just very. I see you have interests ranging rather far and wide, from human anatomy to perhaps plant physiology and even beyond. Um, Perhaps this will help you with what you're looking for. It is banned, I shall say. And this is the last copy I have, but yes, perhaps you should have this. And she's going to hand you a scientific essay, and I will not say what's in it because that's up for your theorizing. But
Okay.
That is where we will leave Leander and Noelani. Ash. I realized that you are already the pincushion of the group.
Oh no.
But you are outside. There are consequences on mixed success. And I get to react with a complication, which is going to be all of a
We
sudden.
still get to answer the question,
hear-
right?
You hear glass shatter behind you. And several people who look positively overgrown stumble through, looking for victims.
That's me. I'm the
It's not just
pincushion.
you. There are other people in here. You can try and guide them away.
Fuck, you want me to be nice to people? Oh, fine. All right. Fucking hell. All right. How, like, am I able to just kind of like,
Yes.
yeah, I'm just gonna like, I'm gonna adopt the voice of authority that people just seem to respond to and be like, all right, this display is now closed. I'm going to need everyone to please file it into the next room in an orderly fashion. And I will like shepherd everyone out very quickly
Mm-hmm.
while I pin cushion for everyone. Thorns sticking out of my fucking back.
All right. Yeah. Roll presence with disadvantage because everybody is very distracted by the threat of plant zombies that you are not acknowledging.
Yeah. Yeah, there isn't really much that I can do with Touch of Glamour on that, so yeah. Yeah, all right. Presence with disadvantage, you said, right?
Yeah.
What could go wrong? Well, I have good news and bad news. The good news is that disadvantage doesn't matter because they're all the same number. The bad news is that they're all threes, so it is an 8.
Well, in that case, you do lead the people here away.
However, comma.
Yeah, however, comma, you lead them directly past the office of Olivia Bloom. And as Olivia and the other two hunters emerge, all of a sudden there are, I will roll for this, 3 people, formerly people, now probably mostly plants surrounding you.
Me and Olani?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh no.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, hi, need help.
Ah. Clearly.
How do you resolve this?
I think we
Dr.
hit
Bloom, do you have anything with fire?
Can you explain what this is? And perhaps you can, but for now, there's nothing flammable here because it is a greenhouse.
I have a bad idea.
You need to physically get rid
Yeah.
of them at this point, and if you fail or perhaps just have a mixed success, you will be infected.
Ah, fuck.
I mean, I have a truly terrible idea that I
So-
don't know how it's going to work.
What is the idea?
Splash
Ash
them with
did-
laudanum.
No.
You
Oh
want
my
them
That's
God.
just going to.
drunk?
No. How's your vitality, Nolani?
-1.
Oh dear. Okay. Do you have anything? Because otherwise, I'm just gonna start killing things.
I've got a knife.
All right.
Where are the
Well,
pruning shears when you need them?
I'm. If these things are surrounding us, I'm going to protect my two lovely women compatriots, and I'm going to
Yeah.
just start trying to remove their their heads or caving them in, as it
They
were.
are somewhat uncoordinated, and you already know that they can be killed with one blow. So this is going to be one
Oh.
move.
Okay.
Are you going to use an item?
Yeah, I am.
Whack.
Let's see.
You have a sacrificial dagger.
I do. Yeah, I'm gonna use the dagger. Yeah, I'm gonna use the dagger. All right. Oh, that gives me advantage. I get to roll
Yeah.
3. All right.
Don't do what I
Please.
did.
Please, dice. 14.
Hmm.
That super helped because it was a 6, a 2, and a 6.
Nice.
As we see Leander just with this dagger stab right into the cranium of these deceased people who have been turned into plants mostly. All around, we also see sap dripping from the ceiling. And as a little bonus thing, that is a clue. If you have a way to use just sap dripping from the ceiling as a clue.
Yep.
We also see that these victims seem to be, well, you expect that all of them would have been kind of from the same place almost. They all look like not the workers of the brewery or anything like that. They look like perhaps tradesmen, merchants, salespeople. So these all seem to have been turned at the same time together, perhaps. But anyway, as this scene fades, how does Leander dispatch them?
I think that Leanda takes this ritual dagger and uses it in order to slice at the brainstem so that it severs the spine from the brains and leaving them unable to move, and also the brain unable to communicate for much else to happen in the heart or body. Allows him to do a quick slice on each, leaving them on the ground, looks at Dr. Bloom and says, "Well, I suppose we shall soon find out if you have bodies that you can actually look at with these flowers."
She just looks at you wide-eyed, but then composes herself. I suppose. And that's where we'll leave this scene behind. As dusk settles. First, anything dusk related that we need to do second. You know that you need to take care of this very soon, so you have probably not returned to Hargrave House, but are in the vicinity.
Mm-hmm. Oh, point of order. Does
Mhm.
the so the dripping bodies, and then you said there was that the only thing, or was there something you said was extra, or does that all count
In
as one?
terms of clues, the clue
Yes.
was just that Sab had just begun to drip.
Drip from the ceiling. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. One.
Olivia Bloom is
Mm.
currently being assisted
Yes.
by Miss Hazel Beaumont, the seamstress, giving the other hunters, or the hunters, some time to figure out what to do, as clearly this is close to escalation. You could try and figure out where the
Mm.
people that are being turned are kept, perhaps, or where you will need to go. You
Yeah.
can also try to see if there has to be somebody tending the plant. Perhaps you can find them, or perhaps you can figure out what the plant's goals, if it has goals, really are.
I have thoughts for all of the above,
Yeah.
so I'm good with anything.
I kind of want to go for the middle one.
I kind of
Yeah,
want to
okay.
know what the plant fucking wants.
I-
Like,
My
what could
only-
a plant possibly want?
I mean, look. Sometimes plants just be planting.
It
feel
has
like
been
this is
planted,
a-
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this is an Audrey situation, not a normal plant. So, yeah, but
Hmm.
Like, this could very well be a fey plant, or it could be the creation of a mad scientist. Like, you know.
yeah.
Yeah. It could be. So, do we have, since you're not necessarily like, decided on what it should be, does anyone have a specific theory?
My
I have a theory as far as the middle one where it makes the essay that Dr. Bloom gave me is written by a professor that has kind of fallen out of favor, lost his job, and that's who the gardener is.
maybe he lost his job for playing with sentient plants.
Yeah.
Like for thinking he could give a plant sentience.
Or- Mm-hmm. And then that would also, I think perhaps it was so he was working on trying to find a way to address violence in the population using plants, and went a step too far. And so the attacks being like the attacks and kidnappings coming from at first just trying to get test subjects, and then things spiraling out of control, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
And
So, how do we explain the body decaying when the flower is cut?
It becomes a symbiosis, and if the flower is cut,
Right.
the body can't be sustained.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The sap is another product of the symbiosis. The sap essentially turning into its blood.
Yeah, sap is the blood of the plant, and then the plant is, and so in humans, blood becomes sap because essentially the connection is more spiritual than it is physical as far as like the roots. And so cutting the flower is like cutting off a limb of a tree. Like the tree still survives, but that limb is going to rot and decay.
And since you mentioned a spiritual spiritual connection, what about the drawings Mary has been kind of making?
Hive mind.
Okay, yeah, that's exactly what I was also
Yeah.
thinking. And then Hive Mind also explains the people just
Gathering.
stopping what they were doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the man going back after being missing only to just stop and stare is the remnants. I think when people are being taken over before it's 100%, like just as Mary was having memories from the plant, I think the remnants of the person's memory kind of drives them back to familiar places at first, which also helps to spread the plant's seed, so to speak, if they go back around people. And so I think that's one of the phases of infection, is returning to familiar places.
Yeah.
Also, Ren, I'm so sorry. We just didn't stop talking. Do you have anything
You're
you want to
good.
explain?
My brain is not functioning right now.
Look, I fucking feel you.
You have enough to roll every question with at least straight dice.
I'm kind of thinking we can explain the dead grass with the orchid as like an early phase failed experiment.
Sure.
Where like
Why not at this point? Yeah.
Where like he wasn't really able to like completely make it work, but he was able to grow something by essentially sapping the life force from everything else around it.
Those animals and plants were too small. They weren't strong enough to sustain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what ended up drawing energy from the plants around it, as well as the animals and stuff.
So middle one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Let's fucking take our plus.
+3 is pretty
Plus
good.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's rolling
Lamia?
for it?
Not me.
Your idea?
Am I rolling?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay.
Our resident
God.
scientist.
Please.
Go fucking nuts. I believe in you.
Okay. Because it's a +3, right?
Yeah.
12. I got a 4 and a
Hell
5.
yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'm not sure we had anything like this. Did we have a 12 on a critical, essentially, on an answer question before?
Oh, I feel like we have. Like, we've done pretty well on questions.
I don't think you have, because on a 12 plus, the mastermind will reveal themselves while you're
then I guess
this. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So,
Ren, where's your partner?
yeah, you figure out what is the name of the professor.
Just a second. Gotta say Professor Calix Birch.
Calix Birch.
He was made for this job.
Calix Birch is no longer a professor, of course. He is now just, well, a botanist who sells somewhat odd seeds at the local seed market.
Yes.
You very easily find his address. And as night falls, you're making your way there. But we're going to be somewhere else for a moment. We are going to be in the studio of Miss Elizabeth Fox, a wealthy medium who has become the name in spiritualist circles. with a camera that she inherited from her father. She pioneered a new way of photography, something that she calls spirit photography, claiming that she can make the ghosts of the departed appear on them and can bring people together with their loved ones once more. Jen, first unseen prompt.
Yes, let me find it. There it is. Elizabeth photographs at night in her studio full of the newest technologies and expensive props. Who are the people who come here to get photographs with their departed loved ones? And who did they lose? I think, obviously, as far as demographic, it's going to be people with the money to fund such a venture. I think one in particular sticks with her. A young man who came in alone, wearing an engagement ring on a chain around his neck. He tells Elizabeth a story of the person he once was to marry. And as she takes his picture, he tells her of the day that from upstairs he heard the thud. And it was a very, at first he thought she'd just fallen. And then the blood began to drip, drip, drip through the ceiling. Like sap.
I noticed. I was like, there's the echo setup.
There's the echo. I like my echoes.
You are approaching a smaller building in Spitalfields. Not necessarily something that a distinguished professor would live in. It seems Dr. Birch has moved since. How do you enter?
And
What'd you say?
how about we break and enter?
Well,
I'm
that's also a
fine with
question of
that.
how do you do that?
Yeah.
Actually, I think Leander just knocks. Professor.
There's a thin film of sap on the door as you knock, sticking to you. And the door is answered and opened. But not by the professor. In front of you stands, well, the door is opened by somebody you don't recognize at first until you realize it is the priest that you met before, Brother Francis. Except it's not him anymore. Out of a gouged eye socket, sap is dripping to the floor. He opens the door and makes way for Arthur Coleman, who just lets out a quick cough as he sees I expect David met you and made our expectations clear.
Yes. And I made clear to David that we would do what we could with the understanding that things have gotten quite out of hand.
out of hand.
The
yes.
agreement, really.
Perhaps perhaps this plant is beyond salvation, but let the work continue. And he will walk past you into the night. And inside you see several more people that are now more plant than person. And amidst a collection of many different plants, but mostly orchids, there's also Alex Birch. Lamia, what does he look like? And how can you tell that he has been absorbed by his work for the past weeks, if not months, fully absorbed?
I think Calix Birch looks like a man of formal means who has let himself go. His facial hair is scruffy and matted with bits of sap dripping from it. His clothes are filthy but smell good because of the plants and things that he's been concerning himself with. There are, at first, the notes, there's just papers everywhere, and then there's writing on the walls, and then it seems to have gone off even the walls now, as
Yeah.
the just muttering.
I was told to expect you. Come in then. I believe we have a few things to discuss.
Yes. Hello, Professor.
Would you like to see her then?
Leander looks at Nolani and Ash.
Just a nod.
Sure.
When we next see you, you have been led down through a basement and then up again to a garden that seems to be secluded even in London in a series of just kind of yards somewhere. And there is an enormous orchid. And at its roots, desiccated bodies. Such a beauty, isn't she?
Sure.
Is this what you imagined, Professor?
Imagined. I am a man of science. Sure, I imagine certain answers, but in the path of experimentation, you are never certain what you will find. But that matters little. You have come here. What do you intend to do now?
Understand why it must be the way that it is.
What was the theory there again, Lamia?
The theory is that his he was originally trying to address like violent tendencies in humans utilizing various plant properties to try and find more um eusocial or pro-social to stroke
Yeah.
more eusocial pro-social um qualities in people, and it went wild. Yeah.
The plan, of course, is unity. Unity, symbiosis. And if it cannot be reached between just humans, then perhaps humans need to be augmented in some ways.
Your humans are still violent.
I would also argue that,
Not amongst themselves, however.
right, but if the point is unity, they seem to be attacking anything that does not fit that, which is the exact opposite of what we're looking for. And it does seem a bit like they are.
This is a presence roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna make me roll it. Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Yes. There's a
Oh, yeah.
reason Leander got real quiet. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm just gonna kind of like, I'm gonna continue stroking his little ego while explaining why he's totally fucking wrong, or actually be very proud. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and roll my presence. Okay. It's a 9.
What point do you end up really making to him?
The point is that while these people may be in harmony with the others and with the parts within themselves, they have lost the part of them that made them human.
Well, perhaps they have, but just look at them, perhaps. And he's going to say that, and at least a dozen of them will appear. They have lost what is human, but they have gained tranquility, peace.
How do you know that?
I have been around them for years.
I have met one going through your process, and she is terrified and disturbed. Not peaceful at all.
That will subside. Do they not look perfectly at peace to you?
No, they do not. They look like walking dead.
On that note, Ren, next unseen prompt.
Elizabeth tricks the grieving with long exposure, photo editing, and reusing previously exposed plates. Her photographs come out with ghastly figures embracing the living subjects. Describe her past encounters with real ghosts that gave her arrogance to use them for a scam. They've all been quiet, docile. They pose for pictures the way that a living client would, either entirely unaware that they are dead or still pretending to be alive in some capacity. They don't stick around when the living do show themselves. They snap their attention when someone walks in, and then turn away and disappear. But it doesn't really matter because no one else can see them the way that Elizabeth can, and no one understands her equipment either. And it's pretty easy to trick people when they don't understand what's going on.
As we return to the hunters, Calix Birch has beckoned 2 of these people forward specifically, and you can almost see the green sap in their veins because they have parchment thin skin. They look almost mummified a little bit. They have been in this state for a long time. One of them is a woman seeming to be a bit younger than Calix Birch, and one of them is a young man, or almost a boy, really, that bears a striking resemblance to Calix. Also notice that the woman is wearing a ring that is very much like one that Calix Birch wears himself.
You need to believe this, don't you? Otherwise, it was all for nothing.
I do not just need to believe, I need to continue. Don't think that I don't understand that they are, while they have ascended to use religious imagery, this cannot be the end of it. There's perhaps too
Sure.
much planned right now and not enough person, but
This
We
is
can-
not ascension.
no, but it is a step towards it. A step towards true
How-
symbiosis.
But how many wives and sons are going to be lost trying to achieve it? How many people are going to have to go through what you went through and not by their own choice? That's not
I tried to
symbiosis. That's
keep
not harmony.
families united.
Do they look happy to you? Do they look
Look
healthy?
content. Do the poor, ragged people in the streets of London look happy to you?
No. And they don't look content either.
Then what I present to you is progress, is it not?
No. No, because they're not human.
What you present is de-evolution. I have seen ascension. This is not it.
There is no such thing as de-evolution. There's simply evolution. If we
Yes.
want to speak in the terms of
Evolution cannot be
Darwin,
man-made.
both.
Evolution is not man-made. It
It
happens
is not
over
made
time.
by me. It is supported by me. It is made by her. And he points towards the plant. He points and he turns his back to you. There's an opening here for several things.
They want to do something bad.
Yeah, I think we're all. He's not reasonable. We should force him to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, also, whatever the next role is going to decide it one way or another.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, who wants to do what? Ash can push the argument again, or somebody could kill him, or somebody else. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever you want
Kill
to do
him,
to resolve
Club?
this.
You want me to kill him?
Look, if you want to kill him, fucking go for it.
I'll kill
This
him.
is probably the only time Noelani would agree with you to kill somebody that is not like
I support
outright a
murder today.
monster.
Hmm?
I support murder. I think he is rationalizing the horrors that he has committed as well as he can, but it is still horrors. So yeah, Ash will kind of like step a little bit forward to kind of like cover Leander while he grabs his murder scalpel, which I'm sure that it's a murder scalpel at this point. Let's be real.
All right, let's do it. Leander, roll.
Yep. I'm gonna use my doctor's bag.
Hmm.
Does that, or do I need to pick something else?
No, you can
All right.
always use the doctor's bag.
All right. I'm gonna use the doctor's bag.
Harm turns into
and
okay, maybe a little bit of harm.
We're gonna straight up
As a
murk this
treat.
man because we tried to reason with him.
When did the Hippocratic Oath come out?
It is a 12. Yeah, it is a 12. 5
Hell yeah,
5
murder.
plus 2.
That is a good murder.
It is. It is in fact a critical murder.
Yeah, so you gain an extra benefit. The extra
Can I kill
benefit
the
can
plant too?
be no.
Okay.
The extra benefit can be that you do this so quickly. Well, first describe how you kill him.
Leander is plant daddy now.
As Ash continues to talk, Leander has realized this is useless. This is not ascension. This is a disgrace. And pulls from his bag a scalpel and comes up behind the professor with a combination of pity and rage in his eyes and simply says, "Your experiment is a failure and you can't admit it," and slits his throat.
And behind you, suddenly you hear a gasp. As you turn around, we'll get to what your actual benefit is, well, in a week. As you turn around, you see the figure of Mary Gorse, escorted by Olivia Bloom. Looks at you. Well, I suppose that went how it had to.
Unfortunately.
Now I think it's time to discuss what can be salvaged here. And that's where we'll end the session.
Nothing's wrong.
No.
Oh my god. I was really worried you were gonna say it was the wife. I'm like, fuck, she was actually alive.
Oh, the wife has been dead for
A while.
years.
Years.
I didn't have a timeline in mind before this, but she's very dead. But I didn't just want it to be some guy that we made up on the spot without involving any people that you've met before in the resolution. So
That's fair.
we'll
That's
come
fair.
back to that next week.
I think it's fine.
It's fun.
How
I mean,
many bodies is Leander gonna have?
yeah. You've resolved the immediate threat. Now it's kind of like, okay, what does the future hold here? We'll see about that next session. Where we'll also return to Araxi, who is currently being held by a demon.
Oop.
Yep.
Everything's
Anyway,
fine.
yeah. That's been session 9 already of the
Wow.
Between.
Yeah, captions, not fuck you.
The captions have been on one today. They are
Yeah.
not great.
I am mommy.
All right. Yeah. Well, we'll return, like I said, with more dream things, resolution to this, and Baal, who has been keeping Araxi locked up somewhere. Next week, I've
Do we also
been.
have a ghost next week?
Oh yeah, we have everybody here next week. We
Hell
will
yeah.
return with a very cramped overlay as well because everybody's going to be there.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been the GM, everybody else. Yanis or Wizard Styles, he, him. You can find me doing this, and that's pretty much it right now. I am working on a game that's going to get announcements once I've, well, it's going to get announcements pretty soon. But for now, this is where you can find me. Thanks for watching, and I'll popcorn it over to Ren.
Hi, I'm Ren, or Renegade Dumpling, pronounced they, them. I have been Noelani Astoria Clements, your local wet gay. Uh, you can find me primarily on Blue Sky at Renegade Dumpling. I would also like to say keep an eye out for our group's Blue Sky Soup Dumpling Media because things are gonna start happening, and if you like ciphers, um, things will be posted soon to tease the project that we have coming out later this year. Lamia.
Hi, I'm Lamia. I've been playing Leander, who is a very well-adjusted serial killer. Yes. Always always clutch in a time of need.
You're a serial killer.
You Oh yeah. More so than y'all know.
Oh no.
So oh yeah. Y'all never asked what happened after our session 0. Anyway, you can find me at Mental Lamia here on Twitch. I stream on Tuesdays and whatever other day I have work that I can do online or a game to play. And then I also have my podcast, Woke Mental Wellness. This season is Windy City Nihilism, and the new episode comes out to Monday. So check that out as well. I think that's all for now. I have some stuff coming up in October soon, so stay tuned for that. And also announcements for PAX U also coming up. Jen?
Who's that? Never heard of them. Hello, friends. My name is Jen. My pronouns are they, she. I've been playing Ash, they, them, who has somehow become both the brain cell and the pincushion. I don't know how.
I
yeah,
resent
and
that.
also,
I'm still the brain cell.
are you though? I can be found pretty much here doing what I'm doing, over on Game Master Monday doing what I'm doing. I do a whole lot of things for a whole lot of places. I also have several things coming up in like the October, November times. And yeah, I've recently started streaming various video games on my channel, so feel free to swing by at some point. I make funny noises, and yes, that has been me, your friendly local moist fae.
Yeah. That's it. I've shouted out Jen in the chat, so follow them, watch them be incredibly good at Silksong, as everybody is incredibly good at Silksong, the easiest game. We are
Lies.
going to say goodbye for
Go
this
raid
week.
Maz.
I was going to say we're going to raid Project Medusa.
I thought that's also fun.
They've
Yeah.
been at it for a while, but they are fundraising for Blizz.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So also, this is kind of it's both a fundraiser for Blizz, Blizz cancer treatment, and also the unveiling of, the Project Medusa TTRPG channel, which is a new actual play channel. So we're going to take you there very soon. But for now, see you next week or see you at Project Medusa. Goodbye.
Bye.